Welcome back, folks. We are just a few miles away from Vogel State Park, and we're discovering that about the last 10 miles is really steep, really winding mountain roads, which has been a little exciting.
I'm gonna put it out the window. Oh, look at that pretty lake. Here we go.
We have camping reservations. Did we
do.
Did we turn in the right place?
You must. It's on the way in.
Oh, is it? Well, that's good to know. Somebody had told me about as soon as you turned in, like there was another way up to the campsite. So,
Oh, well, that's when you get down here to the bottom of the hill.
okay, so you need
Right.
it.
Now,
Yeah,
do you know what campsite you're going to?
30.
Who?
30?
Go to 30, drop the camper,
Yep.
then go down to the visitor center and get your paperwork.
Check in. Okay, thank you.
All right?
Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful.
I want to give a shout out to our friend Larry, who we met at Tallulah Gorge State Park last fall. He lives in Blairsville, not far from Vogel, and when he heard we were coming up, he actually went over to the park, checked available sites for the dates, and actually made a great recommendation on which site to pick. After getting the camper set up, we drove down to the visitor center and we got there in the nick of time. We walked straight up to the desk and completed the registration, and when I turned around to leave, there were probably half a dozen campers who had just arrived. That storm we experienced this morning before leaving the Harvest Host location was actually a strong cold front, so by the time we reached North Georgia, the temperatures were quite chilly. As you see here, Tracy's all bundled up, and we've got a big campfire going. Please.
Fridge or freezer?
Fridge is fine. Got my grill set up. I'll cook some hamburgers here in a little bit. And this state park actually has a full sewer hookup, which is highly unusual for state parks, at least the ones we've stayed in. There's some neighbors there from Monticello, Florida. This little creek was about 150 feet down the hill behind the camper, and the sound of the rushing water was very relaxing. What's the sign say? Hog Pen Gap. So we're in the county that's contiguous to North Carolina. Is that what those are?
That is what we've been seeing.
So right now it's about 35 degrees and we're at pretty high elevation, and it obviously froze here last night because there is ice everywhere, but it's starting to melt. All right, where are we at?
We're at a hike to go see a beautiful waterfall. I don't remember the name of it.
Duke's Creek Falls.
Yeah, that one. Duke's Creek Falls.
Yeah. And it is 2.2 miles, I think, in and out.
1.1
So-
down, 1.1 back.
Yep. So anyway, here we go. So we have not gone very far, but we're close enough now. You can see the rushing water. Whoa, about fell down. I did, about fell forward.
You and your sightseeing.
I know. All right, let's go.
Not paying attention to your surroundings. Get over here.
So there are actually two waterfalls that come together here. And then this one up here. We're in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge, Georgia, and it's much warmer than it was yesterday, and the wind's not blowing. So anyway, we're going to go explore, check out some of the shops, and hopefully get a cold beer at a... Where are we going to go? What's the name of it?
Grumpy's.
Grumpy Old Men.
Grumpy Old Men.
All right. So this is something that we were hoping to do. You get on these rail bikes. You can pedal them, but they also have an electric motor to assist. And you take a nice long ride. So most of them have 4 seats. I guess this one's probably the leader. Yep.
Store stuff up there.
Yep.
Looks like they have little cubbies.
Yep.
You put stuff in.
Yep.
They do have a seatbelt so I don't go flying off.
It's so cool. All right, this is the Blue Ridge Scenic Railroad. So if you don't want to pedal or be out in the open in the elements, you can get on one of these fancy rail cars and just look out the window. Private caboose available. Interesting. North Georgia is an excellent trout fishing area because of all of the wonderful mountain streams, and this town is no exception. They had a lot of fly fishing outfitters. Oh, yeah. Huh?
Here's where all the people are.
Yeah. We're just in the wrong place. So Main Street is where you want to go. So let's go in.
Finding serenity and purpose in fly fishing.
So that's the point of fly fishing? That's the sign I saw online. You can leave us here and you can go shopping.
We only pay for his drinks.
The fellow in the fly fishing shop recommended this Canterbury restaurant for lunch, and that nice couple right there suggested several menu selections. They eat there all the time because they're locals. All right, what kind of soup did you get?
Tomato basil.
Oh, you actually knew the answer to that? That looks good.
You want to taste it?
I do, and I got chicken and wild rice. Actually, I think this is a better street than the one that we were on. Just stand next to the bear.
Are you filming or are you taking a picture?
I'm videoing.
Hi.
Okay. As we were walking through this beautiful art gallery, I struck up a conversation with the owner and told her that we had recently retired and were touring the country in an RV, and she said that was her plan and that in fact she'd already sold the gallery to a niece and was planning to retire in just a few months. And just a few doors down from the art gallery, we encountered this really cool antique shop. I believe each of these little alcoves was a different collector. and it was more like an antique mall. This thing goes way back. All right, we have arrived at Grumpy Old Men Brewing. We're gonna have a beer before we go hike. Now this is not in the downtown area. This is about 4/10 of a mile. So it's probably best to drive. Yep, they have t-shirts. You want a t-shirt? With our bellies full and a nice ice-cold adult beverage, we have decided to stop and do some more hiking on the way back to Vogel State Park. I think we're going to earn that beer. So we are at a place called Fall Branch Falls. And this is exceptionally steep. So anyway, if it looks steep on the video, it is steep. Good. On the way back to the camper, we noticed these beautiful white flowered trees. We didn't know if they were dogwoods, cherry trees, but we asked around. We found out they are mountain laurels, and in March they are in full bloom and just absolutely beautiful. So this is the Toccoa River. We're on our way back to Vogel State Park, and we saw a little place on the side of the road where we could pull off, and we thought we would check this out. Apparently there's a lot of tubing and kayaking that's done on this river because there's some outfitters. We've driven past several of them. Alright, I like to include a little bit of drone footage in my videos. It just gives you all a lot better perspective. It just looks so much prettier from up there in the sky. So if you will hang with me here for a few minutes, we're going to go take a flight. This is our last full day here at Vogel, and we're going to stay in the park and do our hiking here. And where are we headed?
Bear Hair Trail.
That's right. So it's about a 4-mile loop, and there's supposedly up near the top of the mountain there's a scenic overlook so we can look down on Vogel. So we're looking forward to it. So stick around. Yep. Do you remember what the change in elevation was?
Them all?
Yeah.
Like 1,000 feet.
1,000-foot elevation change. And we are, it's a pretty steep trail. There's lots of roots. So got to watch your footing on this one. Let's stand next to it so we can get an idea how big it is. That is I swear she hasn't been drinking. Not yet.
Coffee. Got to me.
All right, guys. We got to ford the stream. Oh, wait. We can go right here and go across.
Over the rapids? You want me to go over the rapids?
Well, it's either that or walk through the water. Is there a bridge to get across? Let's figure this out. We don't want to get our tootsies wet.
Walk to that.
Yeah.
And then over that way.
Okay, you do that. I want to film you falling. Go ahead. You can do it. Look at you. Just like you were born doing it. What did you say this trail's trying to do to us?
Vogel's trying to kill us.
Yeah, like how high has your heart rate gotten?
160s.
All right, keep going. Let's run up this last section.
Yeah, right. No. I need those little sticks that man has.
Yeah.
So I don't fall in my face.
I need one of those all-terrain vehicles. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can see the road. Oh my gosh, look. Look at that. So what you're seeing there is the lake. And then that little building with the silver roof in the foreground, that's the brand new visitor center they're building. Okay, we're actually at the top of the mountain. Look at this. You're on film. Plant your flag. Whew.
Did it.
Of course, we're about to pass out, but other than that. All right, we made it to the top. Come here.
Going down might be
So my wife's a little nervous about bears because it is the end of hibernation season. So obviously when they wake up from that long slumber, they are starving and they're all over the mountain. We haven't seen any, but they're supposedly all around us. But I just wanted to share one piece of advice. If we see a bear, you do not have to outrun the bear. You just have to outrun your companion.
All right, I can do that.
Okay, you sure?
No.
I'm pretty fast runner. So
my life depends on it.
All right, so we've determined we have to go across this little place, which is absolutely gorgeous. Good job. What'd you say it is? It's extreme?
It's extreme. Extreme decline.
It really is. I mean, this almost goes straight down.
I am so thankful. This stick, God's shown us this stick. Can you pick up for me?
Here, put your foot there so you can step further there. And then you got plenty of rocks here. The trail map had a misprint on it. It said 4.1 miles, but unfortunately that decimal point was not supposed to be there. I think this is a 41-mile trail. And we've only gone
31 miles.
Yeah.
Oh no, 34 miles.
Yeah, 3.4. So anyway, I'm starting to trip on stuff because my legs don't want to pick my feet up. So we're hoping that we're getting close to the end. We just passed another young man who was heading up the mountain, and he said it was maybe 15-20 minutes. So, well, we made it back to the campsite, but Tracy pooped out, so I'm going to take one more little walk down here by the lake and see a waterfall. The lake that I just showed you was built by the Civilian Conservation Corps in the 30s. That was a government program to put people back to work after the Depression. And a lot of state parks all over the country were built. And that lake is man-made, so they dug it, built a dam, and basically all the water that flows out of it is from the creeks. All those creeks you saw us traversing as we were on our hike today. So I understand down here at the bottom of the hill, there's actually a pretty significant waterfall. So on my way to take a look. Well, I am all hiked out, and tomorrow morning we're going to pack up and head back towards Jacksonville. But we do have a Harvest Host stop scheduled in Richmond Hill, Georgia, just south of Savannah, at Debilation Brewing.